G'day guys, and welcome back to another review. And what another amazing performance put on by the Cats. As you can see there, Geelong got the job done by 10 goals, two 10-goal wins in a row against two top four sides. To say I'm impressed is an understatement. I'm incredibly pleased with the result and the steely resolve we've sort of shown as a club over the last month, 6 weeks, thereabouts, and none more so than this last fortnight. I mean, they were sort of saying, the Saints, they rested two players, which is Ryder and I'm trying to think of as Jones. And I was like, I thought we played pretty well, but that's all cool. And they saying, St Kilda had short break and whatnot, but Geelong had the rough end of the stick, if you don't mind, 4 in 14 days, and look, they come up with the chocolates pretty well, and I've just lost my voice in all of that, just with how exciting this is. I would have been stoked with 1 out of 2 for the Saints and Port Adelaide, but to come out with both of them on top with 10-goal wins, it makes you dream, and that's going to be interesting, because in the past, as a Cats fan, you've always have that dream of like, maybe this is our year, and I genuinely think on the back of the form we've produced so far this year, and especially off the last fortnight, we are a genuine contender in 2020. Hopefully we don't put in a poor one next week and then I'll have an egg on my face. But yeah, to beat the teams around the top of the ladder in the manner that we have, I think it's hard to argue that. And we've put together a really good resume so far, and we're able to just annihilate Port Adelaide on the night at a ground we probably don't play amazing football at. So that's a real credit to the team. I suppose the crux of the game, we were just winning at the stoppage early, and we got off to that really good start, and that really sort of set us up. Hawk was on fire. It's just about top 5 best games he's ever played. One of the best games he's ever played, especially with shorter quarters and whatnot. Obviously, the win against Hawthorn after the siren, beating Melbourne single-handedly. Another time, obviously, the grand final 2011 was a pretty big game as well. So he's put in some absolute pearls. This is absolutely amongst the top. He looked like he was unstoppable. So I'll get into that a bit later. Our ball movement was really good from the back 50. It was really pleasing. So often the ball hit the ground and we were there, and I'm really more confident with the way we're using the football from here on in. I mean, in the past, you sort of go, we kick a bit haphazardly, or there's a bit of pressure and we turn it over a fair bit. I feel like we're a lot more composed with the football, sort of moving around the ground, especially from the back half. We look to be safe, but also take the game on when we can, and that's why we're seeing these really good scores, like 91 points in shortened times, kind of like you're almost equivalent to your 110, 120. So really pleased on the scoreboard front, and then to be able to keep Port Adelaide to such a low score was really pleasing. I think we were about 12% behind them, and then we ended up 5% in front of them thereabouts by the end of the night. So that was absolutely awesome. The pressure once again was highlighted and magnificent. Whenever Port Adelaide got the ball, they were shut off. We covered the corridor really well, so we denied Port Adelaide their ball use through there, and we took a bunch of marks inside 50. Port Adelaide, I think, took about 2 or 3 for the night. We took about 14 just over half-time sort of area. And, what a performance. Backs were outstanding, had the right position. And whenever Port Adelaide were rebounding, we were able to sort of keep it in our front half, and the wall was going very nicely there to sort of repel any of Port Adelaide's rebound 50s, I guess, in that sense. And we were able to stop them from getting past the middle there, and it was contagious. The Cats had all the confidence in the world, and they were moving the ball really efficiently, and we were able to isolate Port defenders and made it very tough for them to defend in general. And when you've got really good pressure up the ground from your midfield, and when you've got really good ball use going into 50, good luck stopping a Tom Hawkins or a Gary Rowan, who have been outstanding the last fortnight especially. I'm very excited, guys. I'm very, very bullish about us at the minute. I might take a bit of a look at some of the team stats. So much more of the footy. We had the ball on a string, 80 more touches thereabouts. Inside 50s, plus 10, so we're able to get the job done there. disposal efficiency, we're a bit cleaner the ball, and it definitely showed. We're getting close to that sort of 80% mark, which is quite outstanding. It's near West Coast Eagle numbers. They are very good with the ball. Got the job done in the clearances, and the standing clearances were damning early. We were able to really get on top there in the midfield, which was very promising. I love this stat too, plus 23 in contested possessions. I thought Port Adelaide would do something like this to us, but not to be. Absolutely killed them on the outside, nearly 90 more touches there on that front. The marks was exceptional. We used the ball super well, gave our guys some really good looks, and enabled us to propel us forward and give our forwards really good chances. That's amazing because these numbers right here, the marks are just so stark. 18 marks inside 50-2 in less time is quite an achievement. And Port Adelaide were number one contested mark team. We kept them to 4, and we got 17 ourselves. So, and those contested marks down the line, I mean, people go, oh, yeah, cool, but they are really valuable. You saw Hawk take one last week, a handball in the corridor, and then all of a sudden it really opens the game up for you when you take that. If it goes over the boundary line, stoppage, slow play, it makes all the difference. We kept them to 4 goals, and they didn't kick accurately, but you know why they didn't kick accurately? Because the way we defended and the way they used the ball going forward, they had lots of long shots and tough shots because of the way we put the pressure on Port and with their ball use because of our pressure. So, well done Cats on the pressure. We led all night. Port only just out-tackled us, which with a plus 80 disposal differential was quite damning. Means we're working a lot harder, and I have really enjoyed our work rate. It's been second to none. I love how our midfield's getting back to help out. You see Menegola and Duncan and these guys all the time going down the back line to help out, and then they just run and spread, and they just work so much harder than the opposition. They're preparing really well for games, and they're recovering exceptionally well to get up for games and play their role each week. So I'll move on to the players and how they went. Easy 3 votes to me this week, I think. Tommy Hawkins, he had a stellar night, one of the best nights of his career. 6 goals, 17 touches, 10 marks, and I think 6 or 7 of those were contested. Easily, yeah, he gave away goals. He had tackles. He had the lot. So it was a colossus. He was a good old fashioned full forward, tearing a game apart. It was amazing to see. He was bringing others into the game, and he handballed a few off as well. You can see there at least 2 goal assists. So he was super outstanding. The Hawk, really liked his game. Dangerfield gets my 2 votes. He got the 24, 5 marks, 4 tackles in there, 5 clearances, and at least 3 goal assists. So often it was Dangerfield into one of the Cats players. So love the way Danger went about it. He's a brute inside the contest. He was getting a fair bit of the ball early, and you could just tell he was on. And he normally plays pretty well and has big games against Port Adelaide. Loved the way he went about it. 1 vote to Gary Rowan. 3 goals this week. And, him and Hawk, I'll tell you what, the 1-2 combo. See, guys, I've said get Radically out of the side, and look what's happened. All of a sudden, Hawkins looks more dangerous. Rowan's flying for marks, and he's kicking goals, and he's getting on the end of some more opportunities. I reckon with Radically in the side, Rowan probably shies away from it, knowing he's probably not the second guy, but I hope the Cats keep up this mobile forward line. Rowan can play that second tall, and he's fine. And Rowan can play small as well because he's so quick and agile. Rowan, obviously, he got the 12 touches, 3 tackles next to his name, 7 marks, 3 goals. Really good, and his pressure acts are always outstanding. So, he was a live wire up forward, and his work up the field as well and work rate in general is just a real positive. Cam Guthrie, really good game. He just racks it up. He kicked a crucial goal to sort of, accelerate the Cats. 27 touches. He just racks it up each week and gets a lot of inside ball. And, him and Menegola have lifted to new levels in season 2020, and it's showing with how we're playing. Mitch Duncan, very solid game for him once again. 20 touches, and he got a few goal assists as well. He got a few down Hawkins' throat, and he would have loved that. Actually, I've given the votes to Rowan here. I had it in my mind that it was Mark Blitzarves. I've stitched up Blitz here. Sorry, Gary. I genuinely had Blitzarves in my mind, but yes, my apologies. My one vote goes to Blitzarves. I completely skipped, didn't even get to him. Blitzarves, he got the 21 touches, 7 marks, 6 clearances as well. Yeah, I love Blitz's game. He was everywhere. He was intercepting down back. He was grabbing it out of the ruck, and he was doing all sorts of things. So, his output was really, really valuable, and loved the way he went about it. And he's generally pretty clean with the ball, which is nice. So, 3 Hawkins, 2 Dangerfield, 1 Blitzarves. Sorry, Mitch. Not Mitch. Gary. Gareth Rowan. 1 to Blitzarves. Then we got Stewart, who got 20. He was really good, really solid down back, as he is most weeks. Menegola normally gets 20 plus in a goal a game. He's reached new heights this year as well. He got 3 clearances, so another solid game from Menegola. Myers just keeps working up and down the ground. Didn't really hit the scoreboard too much, but he was sort of handy. And also didn't lay tackles. But he's kind of like that Tom Lynch for the Crows. He's kind of that connecting sort of mid-sized player to get it up forward. Then we got Jack Henry, who played really well. Loves the kick. He doesn't handball much. And yeah, he would have taken a bunch of marks there, so he was really pleasing. Henderson's gone to new levels this year as well. He's had a really good month and putting his hand up to stay in the side, and it's showing. He also kicked a goal right at the end, 13 touches, 8 marks. As you can see, when the Cats take a lot of marks, it means that the defenders and the players around the ground are just controlling the ball really well. Fogarty was solid. He got kicked a goal, courtesy of Tom Hawkins, I believe, and played a bit of midfield time, and he got 12, so he was decent. Hughes could run and carry off the half-back line, and he always takes the game on, and he was good. Parfitt, decent game as well. A lot of handballs, but he was composed of the ball and used the ball better than probably what he has in the past, so I was pleased with that. Reece Stanley, I really liked his game as well. He was really good in the air over the evening, got a few hit-outs there and got a bit of the ball, and his ball use is pretty decent as well. 4 clearances, which I like as a ruckman. Tui a little bit quieter than normal, but again, he sort of gets involved when he needs to. 6 marks, so yeah, probably would have been a few sideways ones, but Tui's gone to another level this year as well, so playing his role. Selwood got 14 touches next to his name, a couple of tackles. He was a little bit quieter, but he was pretty tough in the contest, and yeah, gave it a good old crack and had some good pressure acts in there. O'Connor's been pretty decent as well with the way he's gone about it. He keeps a lot of forwards quiet, I imagine, and we probably don't see that every week, but we saw him on Dan Butler last week. He blanketed him, and he could not get much impact at all. Atkins ended up with a goal. Never gets a lot of touches, but when he does, he generally uses it pretty reasonably. Simpson got up a high next to his name. He got 9 touches and unfortunately a hamstring injury, so that'll keep him out for a bit. Wonder if I'll get into the chopping block in a minute. Not as many players to chop. Taylor also went off with a bit of an injury and a bit of a cork. I think Colajesny did as well, but those guys played their role. And Harry Taylor, outstanding job on Charlie Dixon. The whole defence, great job on Charlie Dixon, to be honest. Colajesny, he got a bit of the ball as well. And yeah, he obviously Port didn't fire too many shots up forward, so it means their defence did pretty well. As far as who could come in, well, Simpson was obviously going to miss a few games. I would like to see Jordan Clark back in the side. Outside of that, pretty happy. I mean, Cockatoo was potentially named for this game, but probably good to just keep that up the sleeve. Wouldn't want to rush a player like him back, but maybe a Cockatoo, maybe a Clark, something like that. I reckon would be handy, but a lot of other guys doing a lot of great things, and maybe they might bring Cockatoo in next week. They've got a 9-day break coming up, and that leads me to a really good segue with who the Cats have next. Who have we got? The Cats have got Adelaide. So hopefully, as you can see, our recent form guide is not too bad. 2 of the last 3 and 1 of the last 2. Don't play Adelaide a lot. We generally play them once a year. I'd expect a good win here, even at Adelaide Oval. Obviously, they're rebuilding. I hope we don't take them too lightly. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, you wouldn't want to drop one that's... you got a bank, but we'll wait and see. We're doing all the right things against the best teams. Hopefully, yeah, the form stacks up here. But yeah, I think Geelong, depending on if we rest a few players, might determine my margin. But I'd be comfortable to say 5 goals plus. But yeah, like, just because you beat Port Adelaide by 10 goals doesn't mean you beat Adelaide by 15. So it doesn't work like that normally because circumstances change and Adelaide might have a crazy win coming up. Who knows? That's yet to be decided. But yeah, Cats will relish the rest big time. But tonight, it was Geelong by 60 points. Incredible win. Get excited out there, Cats fans. We could be going places this year. We'll wait and see. I don't want to get too excited, but it's hard not to when you've been up for so long and you're putting together performances in a game style that can stack up in the big time. So, yeah, we are capable of winning it this year, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say Cats to lose or anything, but I think right now West Coast, Richmond, and Geelong absolutely right up there as fancies, but it changes on a weekly basis, but I've liked what the Cats have done over 4 to 6 weeks, not just the last week, just the last 2 weeks. Get excited, Cats fans. Hope you enjoyed the review. Give the video a like, subscribe away, all that amazing stuff. The boys and I do a podcast as well, so I've got that in there for more free content for you guys. And go Cats! Loving the way we're playing, loving the way we're going about it. Thanks again, guys, for hanging around. I'll see you on the next video.